आप मिलोगे मुझसे तो फर्स्ट थिंग यू टेल मी जब आई I randomly told her, I was like, मैं गाना कर रहा हूँ, आप गाना गाओगे? She said, yeah. I said, I want to shoot it in Japan in 2 weeks. You want to come? So she said, चलो. ये रातें मौसम नदी का किनारा ये चंचल हवा.
Radio Nasha. Hi, Pareee Huma, and you're watching us on Radio Nasha, and here I am with Arjun Kanungo. Hi, Arjun.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Excellent.
You know, बचपन में मुझे कहा जाता था कि बेटा बास्केटबॉल खेलो हाइट बढ़ती है, and I was like, ऐसा नहीं होता. But when I look at you, I'm like, शायद सच था.
नहीं होता.
Come on.
I started playing basketball because of
After, na? Yeah.
नहीं होता. You can't change your height. Sorry to say, but you cannot.
You know, that is why मुझे बास्केटबॉल क्लास में डाला भी गया था. Like after school hours, I used to play basketball because like my parents wanted कि मेरी अच्छी खासी height हो. कुछ हुआ नहीं.
You can try. कुछ नहीं होता. मैंने तो कहीं नहीं देखा है कि you know because of anything your height is increased. जो see you can also blame your parents.
Yeah.
Because ये genetic है तो जो भी है parents को blame करो. मैं ऐसा हूँ क्योंकि आप ऐसे हो ऐसे.
But I've heard you know say this बहुत सारी places में बहुत सारे interviews में that वो आपके लिए awkward phase था. क्यों था वो awkward phase?
क्योंकि मैं इतना लंबा था. Also I don't you know it's like धीरे धीरे लंबे होते जाते हैं ना तो फिर वो
पता नहीं चलता transition उतना ज़्यादा है ना?
अगर इतना जल्दी I can 1.5 years I grew like 11 inches. So I went from being like normal 5'5" normal height in like the 8th standard to literally 6'4" in the 10th standard. So awkward, very awkward. And you know also इतना जल्दी जब भी height बढ़ता है ना तो weight साथ साथ में बढ़ता नहीं है. तो मैं इतना they used to call me matchstick. मैं इतना पतला था. I was maybe 6'4" and 58 kgs around that time.
Oh, yeah.
So very very thin. I mean it was awkward to you also feel ना कि ऐसा कैसा हो गया हूँ मैं कि you know kids are making fun of you. It's a weird feeling to not like your own body. तो time लगता है वो.
But now I'm sure you realize कि कितने advantages होते हैं इतने लंबे होने के.
क्या है advantages बताओ मुझे आप.
नहीं है?
I mean I think aside from girls wanting you to be tall.
Yeah.
There's no other advantage. That's the only advantage. You are more uncomfortable while traveling, more uncomfortable in hotel rooms. You know मीटर के हिसाब से और महंगा पड़ता है आपका सूट. You're also awkward. Yeah, I've also lost a lot of roles in movies because I'm too tall compared to the actress. You know like a lot of casting directors tell me that your physicality is so linked to how you're casted that your role will have to be a physical role.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because you know people can't separate ki tall from you know the personality. The first thing they notice about me is I'm tall. आप मिलोगे मुझसे तो the first thing you tell me is wow, you're so tall. So it's very difficult for the audience also to be like अरे ये I can't play somebody who's like meek or small, right? Like I have to play someone who's big or villain. Like getting casted as a freaking villain, but yeah.
I hope that changes. I mean
it's okay. Like I feel like there are challenges which you are given, and then there are things you can't change.
Yeah.
I can't change that I'm tall, so I can do the best I can with that. Right? So that's what I'm trying to do.
right.
मुश्किल.
Of course. बिल्कुल. Very excited for the Pink Heart concert. Let me dive straight into that. 17 February को हो रहा है ये R City Mall घाटकोपर में. You sure are excited because it's also Shirley and आप लोगों का collaboration काफ़ी अच्छा रहा है. You know, you guys have done a lot of work together. How is it just collaborating with Shirley?
Shirley is one of the sweetest people I know. Okay, so I'll tell you, I've worked with a lot of people, and I feel like there are certain types of people that you want to work again with, and certain types which are like, चलो एक बार बहुत हो गया है ना. Shirley is definitely the form. I want to work with her again and again, and I randomly told her, I was like, मैं गाना कर रहा हूँ, आप गाना गाओगे? She said, yeah. I said, I want to shoot it in Japan in 2 weeks. You want to come? So she said, chalo. So in 2 weeks we were booking flights. We went, shot. She was there with us for 10 days. And what was I at? The whole shoot, the whole crew was there. My whole office went, and it was one big happy family over there. We shot 12 hours a day for I don't know how many days. So Shirley is from Auckland, New Zealand.
Correct.
I had a concert with Asha Bhosle in 2011 in Auckland. And Shirley was in the crowd, and after the concert, she took a picture with me.
Wow.
And she showed me that picture the first time she came to Bombay, as in first time we met when she came to Bombay. And she was like, remember this? And I was like, holy shit, like this was like ages ago, right? So we met when she came to Bombay, and because she'd already become Shirley Sethia by then. And she was like, remember this photo? And we look like kids. I mean, we were like maybe all of 19, And I mean, unbelievable. I have a picture. I'll show you that picture later. It's like, I've already posted it on social media, but yeah, it's funny.
Amazing ना जब जिंदगी से पूरा full circle complete करती है ना ये moments बड़े interesting होते हैं.
Yeah.
Has it happened with you कभी कि you've been a fan of that person and then you get to work with that person?
I think everybody I worked with I've been a fan of, to be honest.
Wow.
Badshah was my first big celebrity that I thought was a big deal for me to work with because it was my first song. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonam Kapoor.
Rage बना था वो गाना.
Sonam Kapoor was there. Then I mean, there have been so many over the years when been able to work with them. And Salman Bhai was another person.
Right.
In Radhe. Yeah, there's been a few.
Do you have any memories of your पहला concert, first ever concert जब stage पर audience like एक भरी audience के लिए perform किया था?
My first concert. So I started singing because of Asha ji. Okay, so before that I used to play guitar, I used to compose music, and I never wanted to be a singer. She thought I had a very good voice. She was like, while playing the guitar, you also sing with me on stage, a few English songs. So we had performed in IIT Bombay. It was my first show. It was my how do you say, the final round of auditions. If I performed well, then I could go on tour with her. So I was very nervous. मेरे हाथ ऐसे काँप रहे थे, and I was playing all the songs wrong. The other guitarists were looking at me like, what the hell are you playing? And it was like 10,000 people. The IIT का जो होता है ना, mood Indigo. So इसके लिए performance था, and crazy experience to perform from like in bars and pubs, and then go in front of like 100 people, and then straight away jump to 10,000. It's a mad experience. So I think that went well. So I never got nervous after that. I was like, chalo, I can do this. So many people. It's not a coincidence that so many people liked my performance.
Correct.
Must be decent.
It's so wonderful that Asha ji, like you've mentioned in a lot of interviews also, ki, how Asha ji helped you shape your career, and not many people today, like Arjun, aaj ke jo singers hum kehte hain, not many singers today or artists can say this, ki Asha ji ke wajah se, I got that push or that start. It's amazing. I mean, being with a legend, that aura, and Asha ji is also somebody who has constantly reinvented herself. Like वो उन्होंने 90s में भी गाने गाए हैं, उन्होंने early 2000s में भी गाए हैं, 60s 70s में भी गाए हैं.
Career is 80 years.
Yeah.
8 decades. That's mad.
Yeah.
100%. I think I am very aware that I am very privileged to be acknowledged by these legends. She's not just a legend. I mean, she's more than that. And to be acknowledged by her, to be given a platform to show my talent is truly a privilege. I don't think there's I mean, how lucky can you get, right? Like I'm very aware that there have been so many such instances in my life that I've been lucky and privileged, 100%.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite, like since we're talking about the Pink Heart concert, do you have like a favorite concert memory?
I mean, every concert that we go to, we enjoy. I think maybe there have been 1 or 2 shows in my life out of the 500, 600 shows that I've done that were not pleasant experiences, and for random reasons. Like once my band got kidnapped.
What?
Like, yeah, after the show, they wanted to, like some kids, they just took the band and locked them in a room. Unless Arjun comes back and takes a picture with me, we will not.
Oh my God.
That was an unpleasant experience. We had to call the police. And yeah, and Karthik is looking.
Oh my God, this almost sounds like a film.
It happened in Haryana. So
you studied acting, right? But then you didn't like pursue much of it. You were more inclined towards music, still are. तो ये planned था या ये just हो गया?
I think, and I truly believe, Not because I'm delusional, not because there are I'm not because I'm delulu, but I think that the acting phase of my life is just beginning. So I think that there's so much for me to I'm only 24 hours in the day like everybody else. So running a music label, doing my own stuff, performing, making music videos, doing interviews, all these things take up a lot of time, right? So I think that now I'm finally in a place in my life where everything is organized enough where I can dedicate some time to acting. Right. Financial independence, life is sorted at home, settled. I feel like I finally have the bandwidth to pursue projects which are a little more demanding in terms of time. Mm-hmm. So I feel like there's so many things we've planned this year acting wise. I hope it goes well. But you're right, I haven't pursued acting actively. I think that's also an issue. It's like I've never pursued it actively. I'm very how do you say it? I don't think it's arrogance. I just think I'm very proud that I won't do anything unless it comes in the right way. I'm not the person who goes out and begs people for roles. I'm not that guy. So it's okay if I'm not successful in life. I'm not going to do it. So I think that's been who I've been since I was a kid. So, but that doesn't mean I don't respect people who do this, and I'm not willing to put in the work. That's definitely.
I think it's also nice because I think अब हम उस दौर में नहीं है जहाँ पर एक एक्टर की शेल्फ लाइफ हुआ करती थी या फिर यार ये कि यंग एक्टर्स ही कैरेक्टर्स उन्हीं पर लिखे जाएंगे या कहानी उन्हीं पर लिखी जाएगी. So I think there is much more scope and opportunity now more than ever, है ना?
I don't think that you have to worry about age anymore. I think the only people who are worried about age are young people, not the old people.
You're right.
I think the people who are in their 20s are fucking terrified of getting older, right? Oh fuck, I'm gonna be 30. I don't know. I was at one time maybe for a short period. Now that I've crossed 30, I'm almost mid 30. Life is better when you're 30. You have money, bro. It's more important.
बहुत ज़रूरी हो.
By the time you're 30, you have cash. That's when life gets fun.
Yeah.
And you gotta work to get there.
Correct, because उससे पहले life is just happening to you. इसके बाद you
have control. You can impact the world. I think that's the time when you should be. That's when life is the best. I think the idea that people have that all the good things and the fun things happen to you in your 20s. I can tell you for a fact that's not true. I had a lot of fun in my 20s, but my 30s, bro. They have been.
Wow. This kind of helps because this year I'm turning 30. So
your life will get
major
better.
FOMO happening.
Your life gets better. You get more respect. You're not treated like a kid anymore. If you start a company, people take you seriously.
On that note, what's happening with you next? When do we hear you again? When do we see you again on screen?
So last year I took a little bit of a break because of my health. I fractured my hip. I fell off a boat and I fractured my hip in the Maldives.
Maldives, huh?
In the Maldives, I fell off a boat. Yeah.
Lakshadweep.
I know, Lakshadweep जाता तो नहीं होता ये है ना But it was a painful experience. I couldn't walk for 3 months. I had to, hip fractures are scary, man. They're very scary. But luckily, because I had a genius of a physio, Tamara, I was able to walk again, function again 100% without going through surgery. So that was a blessing. But it took most of last year for me to get back into shape and give me a lot of time to introspect on why I'm doing what I'm doing. But that break was the first break I had in years. Since I started my career, I'd been non-stop, like drop. Last year was the first year where I was like, chalo, मैं company चलाता हूँ और कुछ करता हूँ because I can't make music right now, it's too painful. So we started this company. I started this company in the lockdown, after the lockdown. But it really got into momentum last year where I focused on getting funding, hiring and employees, this and that. So, I mean, you'll see me very active this year. I think we've already ingested like some 10 songs. So, मेरे गाने तो बहुत आएंगे. But I'm launching my first Jpop single, which is, I keep going to Japan. First music single which is catered to the Japanese market.
Yeah, because we've heard like K-pop, like J-pop is interesting.
J-pop is J-pop. So Japan is the second largest music industry in the world, after the US. It's bigger than Korea. It's bigger than It's bigger than India. People don't know this, but it's true. So it's the US, then Japan, then Germany, and then all these other countries. Right? So people don't know how big music markets are, but Japanese music market is the second largest in the world, and it's an incredible place. So I keep like me and my wife fell in love in Japan. So for us, it's a very special place. We've been going there since 2016. I went there with her for the first time in 2016, and so we kept going back. I've gone there like 20 times, and more so in the last 3 years after lockdown. I've been going like 5-6 times a year. So really been going there often, and I speak the language a little bit now. It's become like a second home to us. So I said, why not make music here? I'm coming here anyway. So we decided to make a lot of music there. And my first J-pop single, like mainstream J-pop release, is releasing one day before the Pink Heart concert. So you'll get to see me perform it live for the first time anywhere in the world.
Oh wow! So that's also going to happen on the 17th, huh?
Yeah.
Pink Heart concert mein.
Yes.
J-pop की झलकी भी मिलेगी हमें.
J-pop की. And I'm singing in English and Japanese, so there's no Hindi. It is like for the international market. My first song, which is for the international market. It's not like चलो Hindi English mix करके collab करेंगे. It's not that kind of collab. It's like for the international market. So I'm excited, man. It's a big deal for me personally. It's like a bucket list.
One last thing, because we are a retro radio station, I'd like to play your all-time favorite retro song for the audience. तो ऐसा कोई गाना है that's like your go-to song? You've toured a lot
Any
of Asha
song?
ji also.
Any song?
हाँ जी, कोई
आशा
भी.
जी का ही बता दो हाँ.
हाँ.
ये रातें मौसम नदी का किनारा ये चंचल हवा. One of my favorite all time. Like one of my favorite songs ever. I feel like it should be recreated now. Sorry for saying this. People are gonna slam me for this, but
No, but recreate. I get what you're saying. I
I
mean,
feel
this
like
song
it
needs
should
to
come
be-
back into the
Yeah.
mainstream. What a song.
Yeah. Do no.
Do it no.
Do
no,
it.
do it no.
I didn't do it. No.
I would love to actually.
है ना? Okay. On that note, the Pink Heart concert. Really looking forward to it. 17th February को हो रहा है RCT Mall में. All the best. Can't wait to see you.
I can't wait to see you guys. So please come.
Radio Nasha.